Now we can get going. Genesis 26. And Isaac departed. I still haven't shared. Have a few false starts. Bless this reading of your word, Lord. And Isaac departed thence and pitched his tent in the valley of Gerar and dwelt there. And Isaac digged again the wells of water, which they had digged in the days of Abraham his father, for the Philistines had stopped them after the death of Abraham. And he called their names after the names by which his father had called them. And Isaac's servants digged in the valley and found there a well springing of water. And the herdsmen of Gerar did strive with Isaac's herdsmen, saying, the water is ours. And he called the name of the well Esek, because they strove with him. And they digged another well and strove for that also. And he called the name of it Sitnah. And he removed from thence and digged another well, and for that they strove not. And he called the name of it Rehoboth. And he said, for now the Lord hath made room for us, and we shall be fruitful in the land. And he went up from thence to Beersheba, and the Lord appeared unto him the same night, and said, I am the God of Abraham thy father. Fear not, for I am with thee, and will bless thee, and multiply thy seed for my servant Abraham's sake. I claim that verse tonight. I am the God of Abraham thy father. Fear not. And he builded an altar there and called upon the name of the Lord and pitched his tent there, and there Isaac's servants digged a well. Then Abimelech went to him from Gerar, and Ahuzath, one of his friends, and Phicol, the chief captain of his army. And Isaac said unto them, wherefore come ye to me, seeing ye hate me, and have sent me away from you? And they said, we saw certainly that the Lord was with thee, and we said, let there be now an oath betwixt us, even betwixt us and thee, and let us make a covenant with thee, that thou wilt do us no hurt, as we have not touched thee, and as we have done unto thee nothing but good, and have sent thee away in peace. Thou art now the blessed of the Lord. And he made them a feast, and they did eat and drink. And they rose up betimes in the morning, and sware one to another, and Isaac sent them away, and they departed from him in peace. And it came to pass the same day that Isaac's servants came and told him concerning the well which they had digged, and said unto him, we have found water. And he called it Sheba. Therefore the name of the city is Beersheba unto this day. And Esau was 40 years old when he took to wife Judith, the daughter of Beeri the Hittite, and Bashemath, the daughter of Elon the Hittite, which were a grief of mind unto Isaac and to Rebekah. And it came to pass that when Isaac was old and his eyes were dim, so that he could not see, he called Esau his eldest son and said unto him, my son. He said unto him, behold, here am I. And he said, behold now, I am old. I know not the day of my death. Now therefore take, I pray thee, thy weapons, thy quiver, and thy bow, and go out to the field and take me some venison, and make me savory meat, such as I love, and bring it to me that I may eat, that my soul may bless thee before I die. And Rebekah heard when Isaac spake to Esau his son, and Esau went to the field to hunt for venison and to bring it. And Rebekah spake unto Jacob her son, saying, behold, I heard thy father speak unto Esau thy brother, saying, bring me venison and make me savory meat, and I may eat and bless thee before the Lord before my death. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice according to that which I command thee. Go now to the flock, and fetch me from thence 2 good kids of the goats, and I will make them savory meat for thy father, such as he loveth. And thou shalt bring it to thy father, that he may eat, and that he may bless thee before his death. And Jacob said to Rebekah his mother, behold, Esau my brother is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man. My father peradventure will feel me, and I shall sing to him as a deceiver. And I shall bring a curse upon me, and not a blessing. And his mother said unto him, upon me be thy curse, my son. Only obey my voice, and go fetch me them. And he went and fetched, and brought them to his mother. And his mother made savory meat, such as his father loved. And Rebekah took goodly raiment of her eldest son Esau, which were with her in the house, and put them upon Jacob the younger son. And she put the skins of the kids of the goats upon his hands and upon the smooth of his neck. And she gave the savory meat and the bread which she had prepared into the hand of her son Jacob. And he came unto his father and said, My father. And he said, Here am I. Who art thou, my son? And Jacob said unto his father, I am Esau, thy firstborn, and I have done according as thou badest me. Arise, I pray thee, sit and eat of my venison, that thy soul may bless me. And Isaac said unto his son, How is it that thou hast found it so quickly, my son? And he said, Because the Lord thy God brought it to me. And Isaac said unto Jacob, Come near, I pray thee, that I may feel thee, my son, whether thou be my very son Esau or not. And Jacob went near unto Isaac his father, and he felt him and said, The voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau. And he discerned him not, because his hands were hairy, as his brother Esau's hands. So he did bless him. And he said, Art thou my very son Esau? And he said, I am. And he said, Bring it near me, and I will eat of my son's venison, that my soul may bless thee. And he brought it near to him, and he did eat, and he brought him wine, and he drank. And his father Isaac said unto him, Come near now, and kiss me, my son. And he came near and kissed him, and he smelled the smell of his raiment, and blessed him, and said, See, the smell of my son is as the smell of a field which the Lord hath blessed. Therefore, God give thee of the dew of heaven and the fatness of the earth and plenty of corn and wine. Let people serve thee and nations bow down to thee. Be Lord over thy brethren, and let thy mother's sons bow down to thee. Cursed be every one that curseth thee, and blessed be he that blesseth thee. This is some good type and shadows of the flesh and the spirit. Really, really good and deep spiritual meanings here. It's beautiful, really. Esau and Jacob, you could really relate that to you and I as a whole person, our flesh and our spirit. And God knows our voice when we cry out. He knows our voice. We cannot deceive him. It's like when Peter betrayed the Lord. They told him when he said, I don't know that man. Peter was claiming he didn't know the Lord, after he had said he would never deny the Lord. And the people there that was accusing him said, But your speech betrayeth thee. I'm glad I'm a Christian today. I'm glad that he knows my voice. And there's so much more there than that. That's all surface level stuff, but still it's fun to ponder. And it came to pass, as soon as Isaac had made an end of blessing Jacob, and Jacob was yet scarce gone out from the presence of Isaac his father, that Esau his brother came in from his hunting. And he also had made savory meat, and brought it unto his father, and said unto his father, Let my father arise and eat of his son's venison, that thy soul may bless me. And Isaac his father said unto him, Who art thou? And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn Esau. And Isaac trembled very exceedingly, and said, Who? Where is he that hath taken venison and brought it to me? And I have eaten of all before thou camest, and have blessed him. Yea, and he shall be blessed. Think about that. His word, he could not detract it. We think that we can pull those words back, but that blessing meant something that come out of his mouth. He said it and couldn't take it back. Our words have power. Again, a lot more meaning there than just that. But that's what's hitting me, is the power of words. Every good thing that it has manifested in my life, I can see where I've spoken good words about it. And every bad thing, I can see where it was a self-fulfilling prophecy because of the words that came out of my mouth. The tongue truly is as a rudder on a ship. And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great exceeding bitter cry, and said unto his father, Bless me, even me also, O my father. And he said, Thy brother came with subtlety, and hath taken away thy blessing. That deceiver. And he said, Is not the rightly named Jacob? For he hath supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he hath taken away my blessing. And he said, hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? Here we go again. You've got Esau blaming Jacob for the deception when he sold his birthright. Like he didn't have nothing to do with it, but he did. He sold out. And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, behold, I have made him thy Lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants, and with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above. And by the sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then I will slay my brother Jacob. And these words of Esau, her elder son, were told to Rebekah, and she sent and called Jacob her younger son, and said unto him, behold, thy brother Esau, as touching thee, doth comfort himself, purposing to kill thee. And mama had nothing to do with it, did she? Now therefore, my son, obey my voice and arise, flee thou to Laban, my brother, to Haran. Go see your uncle, hide out there, and tarry with him a few days until thy brother's fury has turned away, until thy brother's anger turn away from thee, and he forget that which thou hast done to him. Then I will send and fetch thee from thence. Why should I be deprived also of you both in one day? And Rebekah said to Isaac, I am weary of my life because of the daughters of Heth. If Jacob take a wife of the daughters of Heth, such as these which are of the daughters of the land, what good shall my life do me? Interesting stuff. We look at our own families and we might see turmoil, but this has been going on since the beginning of time, hasn't it? You got the mama going, she's messing around, wreaking havoc. You got Esau blaming everything on someone else. It's just a family mess. What a mess. But there's a lot of type and shadows in that about the spirit and the flesh, and how we and all of those different folks there that we just read about inhabit us in spirit. And it's something for us to be mindful of, because we want to walk in the spirit of purpose. We want to walk in the Holy Spirit, love, joy, peace, patience, gentleness, goodness, meekness, temperance, and faith. Walk in the spirit and don't fulfill the lust of the flesh. The flesh is cruel, it's jealous, it's a deceiver. It will deceive you. Your carnal mind will deceive you. There's just a lot of good stuff to ponder there. Does anybody have any thoughts about what we read? Anyone? We're going to move to Matthew chapter 7, verse 15 through 29. Do we have a reader? Somebody that wants to read? Be obedient. There's a blessing in even reading his word.
I can read.
All right. Who is that?
Me, Angela.
Hey, Angela. I don't have you on the screen, so let me get this shared so that we can all follow along. Good to have you tonight. May the Lord bless the reading of his word. So
15 to the end.
Yep, 15 through 29. I'll pull it up here in case you're using this whenever you're ready.
Okay. Beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. Ye shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles? Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. Wherefore by thy fruits ye shall know them. Not every one that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? And in thy name have cast out devils? And in thy name done many wonderful works? And then I will profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity. Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man, which built his house upon a rock. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon that house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock. And every one that heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them not shall be likened unto a foolish man which built his house upon the sand. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon that house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it. And it came to pass, when Jesus had ended these sayings, the people were astonished at his doctrine, for he taught them as one having authority, and not as the scribes.
Beautiful, beautiful, good stuff. Got to build upon the rock. I like where we're headed with our little program, because for a long time we've been obedient to say, seek ye first the kingdom of God. A program will not stand without building on that rock, that foundation. So just thankful for all of you tonight as Angela's reading that. It's good to travel with people who want for no other reason but then to get closer to the Lord. We're not a gainsaying people. We're here because we want to be here, and I think that's a blessing. God sees the intentions of our heart, and I know that He'll continue to bless us, even if it's indirectly, in ways that we can't fathom. It's not always direct. Sometimes it can be through the power of obliquity. It can be indirect. And I'm just thankful tonight for all of you. Psalms 11:1. Angela, keep going. You're doing good.
Okay, hang on.
All right. Psalms 11:1 through 7.
Psalm 11, 1 through what?
1 through 7.
In the Lord put I my trust. How say ye to my soul, flee as a bird to your mountain? For lo, the wicked bend their bow. They make ready their arrow upon the string, that they may privily shoot at the upright in heart. If the foundations be destroyed, what can the righteous do? The Lord is his holy temple. The Lord's throne is in heaven. His eyes behold, his eyelids try the children of men. The Lord trieth the righteous, but the wicked and him that loveth violence his soul hateth. Upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire and brimstone, and a horrible tempest. This shall be the portion of their cup. For the righteous Lord loveth righteousness. His countenance doth behold the upright.
Nice. Good job. That's beautiful. We're going to go to Proverbs 2. It's been a blessing to me. I don't know if it'll be a blessing to you, but I have about a year and a half before I go to bed every night. I read a psalm, sometimes not a different one either. Like Psalm 3 is my favorite. And what comfort that's been to me, if you're out there and you're going through something and maybe no one knows, maybe you're having to be strong for others, but those Psalms have really helped me. And especially the ones that are by King David, those really help me. Maybe they'll help.
Sunday, I was listening to a service, and the pastor that was speaking was not the regular pastor there. It was his father, actually. But anyway, he and his wife are memorizing Psalm 119, which has like 170 something verses. And I was like, man, I can't. That made me feel like, it's good to, because we might not always have the word that we can go to.
That's
There may
right.
come a day that we just have to know it, from what we've memorized. So
That's right. I'm glad that there's a lot of it in my heart. That's dedication right there.
I know I can't imagine memorizing 173 verses.
Yeah. Yeah. That's, it may help y'all. I don't know. But, I extracted all of Jesus's miracles and parables, and I wanted to commit them. I couldn't recite them verbatim, but I would listen to them over and over and over again. And that was always a help to me, the works that Jesus did. We know that the whole book is Jesus. It's just either him hidden or him revealed. But I love to read about the miracles and the parables and Sermon on the Mount. Good stuff. I agree. All right, we're going to read a few more verses. That will end tonight. So, got two Proverbs 2, 6 through 8, the wisdom of Solomon. For the Lord giveth wisdom, out of his mouth cometh knowledge and understanding. We just talked about that. He layeth up sound wisdom for the righteous. He is a buckler to them that walk uprightly. He keepeth the paths of judgment and preserveth the way of his saints. Nice. It's interesting that a friend of mine, been years ago, said, I'm new to the Bible. Give me a good book to start with. And I I said the Gospels, and she had read the Gospels. So I said, I love the book of Ecclesiastes. It's so uplifting. And she said, she read it. She's like, that's the most depressing book I've ever read. It's all a matter of perspective and interpretation, but I also recommend that book because it's got the wisdom of Solomon within it. And I love it because Solomon, he searched for wisdom, and he lived as a rich man, a poor man, and he comes to the conclusion that the whole purpose of life is to fear God and keep his commandments. And then we find out in the New Testament that his commandments are not grievous. Love God and love your neighbor as you love yourself. Beautiful stuff. Thank you, Angela, for reading that. That puts us a little closer to getting caught up. I plan on doing this in the morning. I'll text out before we do the reading. Again, if you're new to this, we are all decidedly going through the Bible in 1 year together. We may get ahead, we may fall behind, but we will get through the Bible in 1 year together, Lord willing, and him tarrying his coming. Anybody have anything before we go? Don't forget to mark that in your journal. It's a good night, if you're not journaling, to start back journaling. And just go in there and mark your video till he gets the new feature built out. Just mark yes that you watched the video, because that's all that we're doing. We're using that journal video, and that's our way of getting our A, that we started the day with faith, ended the day with faith. Thank you, Melanie. Everybody good? Is there someone that feels like closing us out in prayer? All right, I'll do so. Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in the earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day, Lord, our daily bread. Forgive us of our debts as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. Thank you all. Thank you, Daisy. God bless y'all. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Good night.